Greetings and welcome. This is Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you are doing well today. I am guided by Spirit. I am recording this episode on June the 3rd, a.m. before noon in the early morning, South Africa. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. And disclaimer, all cases are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. So Kyron Horman's, he's such a lovely kid. For some reason, a video popped up on my dashboard and I see this case, if I go to the main chart here, was last seen June the 4th, 2010. And he was last seen at the Skyline Elementary School, Portland, Oregon. Now, I've read a couple of articles just to try and get as much sense as possible. When I did read about the stepmom Terry taking him to school, I had a moment, to say the least. Who is the last known person to have seen him, and there's also eyewitness accounts that see her taking him away from school after the science fair that he attended. But according to her, and having posted a picture, he was walking to class. So she has a picture of him going to class, and therefore she can't be responsible for his disappearance. But there are allegedly eyewitnesses that see her taking him away after the science fair. Rumors of the doctor appointment. All right. Let me just bring in a map here. We are going to do a search. Let me just grab, I just did a screen grab. Now, just ignore the path taken. This is purely just to get a sense of the geography. Where is this here? Yeah. So there's also reports that a phone pinged on, is it I-30? Highway 30, beg your pardon, which is near the school. Of course, I'm in South Africa. Let's just have a look here. So here's the area in which, so let me just draw a circle here. Well, you can see there, this is where the school is. Now, I haven't got the exact coordinates of where her phone pinged, but we're going to have a look and see if we pick up any information. So there's the school. And the highway, I don't know exactly where, but yeah, this road here would be where the phone pinged. So we will look at this map as well. Just ignore the direction taken. I was just trying to see where this highway is in relation to the school. My initial impression was flowing down the river. Flowing down the river. So I don't know how this river goes, but it feels like this way. But we'll go deeper. Let's get deeper. So let's just get into the days leading up to the event. And I saw a comment somewhere about finding glasses. I couldn't seem to find the date. And I do actually want to find a date of birth of the mother. I'll be honest, when I started reading the case, when I read her name, I had a bit of a gasp. So let me just see here. And then only after reading all the information, I believe she's technically the person of interest, right? What was her name again? Terry. Is this her year? Okay, let's have a look here. So I'm going on the presumption that this is her date of birth, right? So let's just see if we pick up anything here. I will do a verification later if need be, but let's just see here. Just trying to 17 8 plus 17 8. So if we take this on the negative, right, the 14-5 is going to be problematic when what's her name, Terry, is put under pressure. The 14-5, if she gets put under pressure, is the bullshitter, the liar, fake. She will lie through her teeth. Okay. March 3. So we've got a double 17 8. So we've got 24. 34 7. You know, I've been picking up this number recently quite a bit, 34 7. And I'm even getting cold chills now speaking about it, because what I have found, 34 7 can be a murder of innocence, but that murder of innocence, so the innocence is the 7, right? The 7 is the innocence, murder of innocence, right? If we look at the negative. Now, the reason why I say family, because 4 would say the family, 3 and 4 is family. Now, the reason why the 17-8 also bugs me, and this would start to tell me that this perhaps is the correct number or date of birth, because the ex-husband says she was imbalanced. And all due respect, if you've watched some of my videos, I'm very much an advocate for mental health, and your mental health is more important than anything in the world. Now, she has triple eights is the first issue. And let me just tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, when someone's got 3s, 5s, and 8s combination, in the negative, this is, if you've got 3, 5s, and 8s, we all have a choice, right? But in the negative, 3, about control, these are all red flags here, all orange little markers here. 3, 5, 8. When someone has 3, 5, and 8s, at the worst case scenario, highly controlling, abusive, and manipulative, and physically violent. All these 8s, very physical. She's got triple 17 8 here. This is major imbalance. Major imbalance. And when you have 17 8 and 17 8 together like this, there's like a conflict. So inside her, there is conflicts going on. So she's having her own war inside her head. That's what she deals with every day. Because the 17-8, the double 17-8, in conflict with each other actually, shows issues. He's reminding me that I didn't put a picture up. Light touch, angel touch for this young man. He just told me I didn't put a picture here. I always put a picture here. Jesus. crimes against kids. You want to get me going? Okay, so 34/7, 25/7. You know, these are all negative numbers, hey? So negative, so let me just explain myself. Numbers are positive and negative, just like cards, up or down. Every number has a positive and every number has a negative aspect, right? But when you start seeing spousal, not so much spousal, but more femicide, family murders, these 34/7, 25/7 pop up. And we got a serial nature 16/7. So, and we can say, because she has the double 17/8, I must just say on one level for her it must be difficult. I'll just say, to be fair and balanced, I'll say it will be difficult. Of course, there are many avenues to successful treatment. But here is when the husband speaks about the emotional issues and the imbalance, this is it here. And it's every day, all day. So unfortunately, not to be mean to anyone, we all have our purpose in life. But this woman would be a handful. And let me not just say woman, this person would be a handful. Let me just see. We'll go have a look at the map now. So let's just say, so she's got 888s, 5s and 3s. This, I would, like this woman, I would stay very far away from. I wouldn't even want to meet this person. 3s, 5s and 8s. Thank you. You can keep all of those numbers. So 34/7, 25, 16/7. So we're talking like serial nature behavior issues. Her behavior would be repetitive. The comment from her, I was driving around keeping my toddler calm. Now, on one hand, I believe her, because at one location where I was living, and you might know, I've never raised kids my own. From, you know, being an infant or child, I've been with partners and they've had kids. Now, just recently, funny enough, I was living with a family on the same property, let's say. And they had a young toddler, 2 years old. And I used to come down from my flat and hear the car idling, and I would just see the baby in the back, and you know, the mom would pop out, hi, how are you? What's going on here? No, she needs to settle down. So I can agree with that. But wouldn't it be just safer just to leave your car idling at your home? So the issue of her driving around does bug me. That for me, and I did read that technically there's a 6-hour gap, right? Which gives her lots of time to sort out things. So just before we go into the sequence, the double 17/8s are in conflict with each other. She has the 888s. This woman is, I'm just going to orange her. The 3 is about abuse control. Now the 3 on a positive will speak about mother, will speak about family, but did she want to own family, right? And let me just say, with people with this amount of 7s will blame other people. They'll never take the responsibility for themselves. Our work in spirit. Here we go. All right, so the day that he goes missing would have been in the morning. So 8:40, so it would be actually, this 10-1 bothers me. This 10-1 bothers me. And we'll note that we're in a 3-year. Now, a 3-year we're talking about control issues, abuse issues. I mean, we're talking negative aspects, right? Of course, if you're in fashion and design, 2010 would have been a good year for you, right? For example. So we're operating in this 10-1-3 window. We have the 3 which pings on the mom. The 10-1. Now, she could have been in a situation, and I actually feel the sense of that she actually wants her own family. And in a sense would consider Kyron, look at his face. Anyway, so I think we've got let's call it a new mom at this stage, who wanted her own new family, her own new things. And let me just say something about people with 8s. When people have 8s, it's all or nothing type people, right? And of course we can measure that in some way. But people with 8s, in many cases they will say, well, they don't even really say it, but in their makeup profile, it's all or nothing. So it's all the new family, how she wants it, or nothing. Very abusive, controlling numbers here. This would be one hell of a mother. Now we're talking in the negative aspect, right? I can talk for hours about positive on each number here. But when we're in a negative, that mom did bug me. So we've got a 10-1, 13-4 end on the day. And look at all the 4s here, all the 3s. So 4, so let's just say in terms of location, already a 6-4-3, 10-1-3, there's more. So let me just say there's more earth numbers here than water. So if we look at this, going back to this image here, although we have this river here, let's just double check. So the first sign of water, so on the day there's no sign of water, right? 4 is earth. All right, 4 is earth. Dumped is the word I'm getting. Dumped. Let me write here. Dumped. Maybe this is why this 10-1's bugging me, because 10-1, did she sell him? (10-1) is numbers that you'd find in crimes where there's trafficking of some sort. The first sign of water is here is the 2. Water is normally denoted by the number 2. So on the actual day, there's no water. Oh my gosh, look what I'm seeing here. The day before, oh my gosh, look at all this chaos. So the day before, we have an imbalance of 3s here, which ping obviously on Terry. We need to understand what happened in the house on this day. We've got a mass of 3s here. That is out of control. Abuse, out of control situation. There's an imbalance of 3s. We have a 12-3. So I don't believe you was put in water. There's too many earth numbers. We've got 3 4s here. Definitely earth. But this 10-1 is bugging me. This 10-1 is bugging me. So if we trace back, we see a 10-1 here. Ten-1 is also about the group. So June 4th, let me just check something quickly. So June 4th was a Friday. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. All right, so let's look at the reflection day of June 4. So 3 days after, 72 hours, numerology offers a summary and reflection. So she's a 16, the mom's a 16, the stepmom's a 16-7 life path, right? So look here, 16-7, bingo. Guess who's got the bingo cards? Pings directly on the mom, stepmom, beg your pardon, not the mom. And once again, all respect and prayers to the family of Kyron, his natural mom and father. We have a 16-7 direct ping on the stepmom. The 13-4 is not a good number. My empath levels just went berserk. 13-4 also speaks about the child. 13-4 is the child. We note all these 7s here. Why are there 7s around here? So she's got a lot of 7s. I mean, was she thinking she was doing a just thing? A necessary thing to start her family anew again? 13-4. 13-4 wanting to start over. New things, all new. It's unfortunate when someone thinks like that and they go home to their partner who is the biological father. Don't worry, dear, we'll start our own new family. This 10-1 bothers me. Technically, it's also a transactional number. No, I don't think it was about selling the kid. But it certainly does bother me, this 10-1. So if we follow that sequence, 10-1, 11-2, a law has been broken, of course. Going off separate ways. This must have been a terrible time. Because June 6, look at all these 6s here. And there's a lot of anger going on here, huh? A lot of anger. In the real on that day. So we got a direct ping with 16-7 here. Of course, the 3s will match with her 3. Now look here, the next day, June 5, we have a 5. And that is the same as 14-5, 5s. So what this person, what Terry said about the situation is a lie. So that's a second confirmation. Second confirmation, and the 5 pings on her. Pings directly on her, the 14-5, the bullshitter. June 6, we've got triple sixes, triple threes, unfortunately to say. And it's of course natural. There will be complete chaos and disaster in the home. It must be a terrible thing, man. I would just lose it. And the day before, we've got an imbalance of threes here. Huge issues here. So this is Thursday. And these threes ping on Terry. I also don't like the 9 in the middle of the day. So we must appreciate something. So the crime took place. And let me just show you what I mean. So the crime takes place in this zone, where we see the 10-1-3, 11-2-3, 12-3. So let me just have a look here quickly. Seven, 3, 8, 3, 9, 3, 10, 1. See, all the numbers reflected post the event are in the lead up to the event as well. So was this premeditated or was it just a whim? Let me just have a look here. So here's a double confirmation that this was what Terry said about the situation is bullshit. We got a 5 at the start of the day. Bullshit. Bullshit. So 5 on its own is what humans do to other humans. I just had a nasty... I've got a semi-image of her being really horrible to him during his demise. And it feels like she's stuffing him in something. Let's just have a look here. So we got all these 5s the day after. All right. So I'm happy. Unfortunately, it's not a nice thing, but definitely Terry, if this is her date of birth, we got Ping Pong City happening here. So Spirit keeps telling me to go past the 7th. Let me just see what's going on here. Give me one. Let's have a look. June 7th, so June 8th. So we've got a 14, 5, 17, 8, 8. Let's just check his date of birth here quickly, beg your pardon. So he is September 9. I'm just going to call it, sorry, I didn't check his date of birth before. So let's just lose this. Right, so we got 9, 9 plus 4. Now let me tell you something about a 4. And it's quite sad. So you'll see he's born with a 4 there, right? In the year that he's born. Particularly when you're dealing with cases of abuse. And children or anyone born with a 4 will have a number of issues coming their way about parents. So in this case, you know, some parents might be absent, some parents might be present but absent, or abuse is fed his way because of the 4s. And he has a power number 22-4, huh? And he has a 13-4. How's that? 13-4-4. So on June the 7th, when we see the 13-4, that's him. The 7 is bugging me. 7 is an innocent death. The 13-4 pings on him. The 13-4 pings on him at the end of the day. The 13-4 pings on him at the end of the day as well. The day of missing. And he's got all these 4s. This guy would have been articulate, genius levels, because look at all the 9s. So when you got all these 9s, speaks about the inventor, the ideas person, the innovator. And with all these 4s, he could have done very well in the science fields, for example. Very analytical. All the 9s, genius. So he's got a stack of 9, stack of 4s. So we're just trying to determine what happened. Let me just go more, because to be honest, so let's just say what's bugging me is I'm not seeing out and outright death. Of course, when you're dealing with 13-4s, can mean a death. But I'm not seeing murderous death. Does that make any sense? So let's just see, when was this? 2010, so that's 13 years ago, 14 years ago, almost 14 years ago. Let me just go on here. See, here's a number here that I'd be worried about. I think he may have been handed off, eh? I have a feeling he may have been handed off, and the reason why I say that, this 10-1 bugs me completely. That's not a good number in a missing children's case. 10-1. That 10-1 is transactional. There's money involved. 11-2 can indicate a handing over. This 89 year bugs me, because preceding the 89, now of course Kyron also has a 89, but there's a 15-6 here, which is not good. This is like the pervert. 14-5, older men, older women, younger kids. Spirit keeps telling me to go on. Let's just see. Because I'm not getting, let's just say, and I stand to be corrected, but I'm not getting definitive death numbers here. Of course, 13-4 is problematic. The first hint of it is here, 18-9. So I'm just checking. And we are getting repetition of numbers here. And here we have this 19-10-1, 16-7 again. You see the 16-7 here, and it pings also on the mom or the ex-mom. So Spirit is telling me she knew what happened to him. But not only that she got rid of him, but she knows what actually happened to him post the handover, or post her leaving him. There's definitely a transactional nature here. Eh? So I think I'm going to go with she strangled him. It's also confirmed here. Because Spirit is telling me nothing would have gone on beyond June 10. And I believe she was reducing, and I know this sounds terrible if the family is watching, I'm terribly sorry, but it feels like she was reducing issues, but also starting afresh. But I think Terry got it in her mind that she has a new child, and that's her priority, and she doesn't want anything else to interfere with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it here for now. Let me know what your thoughts are. If there's anything I missed or you got extra clues for me, I'll have a look at it. Otherwise, please stay safe, stay alert, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.